U.S. top diplomat Antony Blinken touched down in the Middle East to bolster efforts for a truce in the war in Gaza, as Israeli forces pushed on with a raid on the territory's largest hospital. Global concern has mounted over the military conflict now in its sixth month, in which Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has vowed to destroy Hamas in response to a deadly attack by its fighters on October 7. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken meets with Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman in Jeddah for further talks on the war between Israel and Palestinian Hamas. As Blinken arrived, Riyadh announced it would donate $40 million to the UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees, UNRWA, which has been central to aid operations in Gaza but has faced massive funding cuts and calls for its abolition spearheaded by Israel. The dire plight of Palestinians and the fate of Israeli hostages held in Gaza have pushed negotiators back to the table in Qatar to try to thrash out a truce deal, but officials have so far reported little progress. The United States, long Israel's top ally, has also ratcheted up its diplomatic efforts and increasingly voiced concern over humanitarian issues. U.S. Secretary of State Blinken, who began his regional tour with meetings in regional powerhouse Saudi Arabia, has warned that Gaza's entire population is suffering severe levels of acute food insecurity. Washington wants Israel to hold back from a full-scale ground assault, citing concern for civilians, but Netanyahu has repeatedly said it was the only way to eradicate Hamas. Israel has continued to bombard Rafah and said it had eliminated senior Hamas operatives in the city. Mediators met for a third day in Qatar in a renewed effort to secure a ceasefire, but there was little indication of an imminent agreement.